Yo, Adam, how are you, my man? That song, man, that just hits different. It got me all sorts of pumped up.
It's a good
Is it
song.
just me?
No, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe in a bear market. We're gonna have a good day. I think we're gonna have a good day today as well.
Oh, hell yeah. The more bears are here. I see Flan and all of them starting to show up.
Yo, yo,
Love it.
yo, how you doing?
How you doing, Flan? Welcome. First time on the pod. Not first time on the pod, but first time talking about more beers on the pod.
Yeah, first time being on this end of the pod, right? So yeah, I've been here many times before, but yeah, glad to be on this side for sure.
Let's go. Got some people joining us as well. Let's see if we can get even more people in here to listen to everything that's going on in the more beers world. We're also gonna take some time and just give a quick rundown or discuss what's happening, especially in the Solana space, because it has been a wild day, to say the least. But guys, if you want to, not if you want to, everyone in here right now, go to the pin tweet up top and lick it real good, and let's get everyone in here.
Like it, Adam, like it. We like him. I know that accent is strong here, but
Oh,
you
sorry,
and your
I'm not
it's all
native.
right.
That's why it happens.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Is that
Like,
it?
that's the word.
Like, uh-huh,
Go
uh-huh.
like it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Amazing. Amazing. Future and Odie, how you doing, guys?
Doing very well. Just trying to keep Twitter from rugging me. It literally has kicked me off for no reason numerous times today. So I'm just glad I'm here.
It's okay. It's okay. We're used to that, Future. No need to apologize for rugging on us. Perfect. Odie didn't want to talk. He's probably working, but he probably has some good questions for you. Flan, I want to know everything, dude. We've been talking a lot, but we haven't taken the time to just listen and hear everything. What's your thought process behind everything you're building, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've actually went over it yeah formally, so this is the time to do that for sure, and I'm ready for those questions, man. So Odie, if you got something for me, man, let's hear them.
This should be a very good time to listen to fully grasp everything that's going on. Awesome, guys. Let's start it. Welcome again to everyone listening. Feel free to come up on stage if you have any question for the wonderful MoreBears or anything crazy going on in the market that we need to talk about in this hour we got. So as for the market, a lot of stuff has been happening, and as I said, especially on the Solana, we've had a little bit of panic this morning when one very big and one quite big exchange decided to suspend USDT and USDC deposit on the Solana chain, which was the big one was Binance, but it seems like a false alarm. Seems like there was some maintenance going on, which is why. But OKX decided to delist it entirely. So a little bit sad, but for anyone looking to buy the dip, you might get a good opportunity coming here. I
It
think there
just
was
shows
another.
you how much fear Adam is in the market after what just happened with FTX. I mean, because finance has done many times where they pause wallets from doing incoming and outgoing transactions. It wasn't, to my knowledge and what I've seen, it wasn't anything out of the norm. That they've done this before. It's just everyone has their eyes on Solana right now because it's so like the coin price is so fragile and everyone's so scared.
Yeah, this is definitely a big time of fear. I think when they start like actually suspending coins, that's actually more than just a little bit scary or some bad news. This is actually like suspending tokens on the chain, which is it's scary times. It's scary times. But for those of you that believe in the tech and everything going on, could be a good opportunity. Other than that, we got confirmation that all these different big players, Mastercard, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and others are working on this digital dollar pilot, which we talked about. It was 2 days ago with the New York Fed, which is probably good for crypto, but might if they were to replace the dollar with a digital currency, that would mean a lot of power in the hands of the government, which is something many of us do not support, which basically means they could do stuff like make your dollars expire, and they could track every transaction they make, etc., etc. It's a future.
Yeah, one moment. I was going to touch on the Solana deal, but give me a sec here.
So, anyways, that's a little bit more.
Let's get back to that. Other than that, we have some smaller things. I think the El Salvador president decided he was going to buy 1 Bitcoin every day starting today. So he's buying the dip for sure. Might join him in that. I wish I had one. I wish I was able to buy 1 Bitcoin a day, but something smaller.
Let's go. Let's go. That's my fellow countryman, right?
All right.
Fellow DJ.
Sorry about that. I'm
work, fellas.
I'm in work right now, so I just wanted to say for the whole halting the USDT and USDC deposits for Solana on Binance and how they've done that before. I know a lot of people could be scared of that, but at the same time, you also have to look at the brighter side of the picture, which is after some, they quoted, after some internal investigation and reviews, they've decided to open it back up. So, for anybody that's holding Solana, has had confidence in Solana and is now feeling uneasy about it, that should reassure you that if Binance needed to stop something to look into it and then resumed it, that's a good sign that, if they're whatever they looked into, they didn't see anything that was troubling or worrying for them. So, there's always an upside to things. So don't look at it as completely negative.
Good take. Yeah, for sure. I agree on that. Other than that, not much have happened. I think that's about it. I read this morning that Bitcoin has historically bottomed 477 days prior to the halving event, which is, if that were to play out again, that would mean roughly December 30th this year. So if history plays out, we might be getting closer and closer to some type of bottom here. Awesome. What do you say, TK? Should we get into the world of bears, or do you have anything else crazy happening?
No, the market wasn't. I didn't see anything wild this morning. It's the Thursday dump is normal, so it was a good day to buy. If you saw anything you've been keeping your eyes on, but no, I'm excited to get into playing in these mirrors here. So let's get it rocking and roll, baby.
Let's do it. Yeah, as I said, we've been talking a lot with CryptoFlan and been involved in this process of going from a rug to a derugged, now a full-on project providing utilities. But let's take this time and dive into it. CryptoFlan, please tell us, how did you get into MoreBears? Like, take us through the story from buying your first MoreBear to now being the owner and new founder.
Yeah, man. Sure. So now I actually got into MoreBears, which is funny. A lot of you guys know Cred. I believe it was Cred, and there was a couple other people at the time that were kind of pushing up the MoreBears, and I seen that there was a lot of influencers that kind of advertised them at the time too, like Patty and John Wick. So they were actually holders and stuff. So yeah, I seen that it was a pretty good project because of that and the people that were involved. So I went in and bought MoreBears, and yeah, pretty much had a big bag of them up front. And then I would say they started the one-on-one meta. For people that are not familiar, basically the one-on-one meta was where you could take your PFP and give it to them and burn some bears and honeypots, right, and create your own one-on-one PFP. The one that's down below on my official account, which is, or personal account rather, CryptoFlan, that was one that was created by the old team. So my slime goons. So yeah, that was really like how I transitioned into the project, was, following the other and really wanted to get that one-on-one made. But then shortly after, I think about 2 days after them opening up like that one-on-one, they had so many requests of people doing one-on-ones. I don't know, what happened with them on that end, but there's speculation that might have been the reason they rugged, and I'm not giving them no excuses, of course, because, the way I look at it, screw all ruggers, right? But yeah, after they rugged, there was a lot of people in the Discord still that kind of wanted, the project to continue, and people were talking about derugging. And As some of you know from the pod and the Chainbreakers community, I was already looking to start my own project about that same time. I was actually looking to get into a project that had sort of AI art that I was creating myself with some AI models that I built using a couple different AI platforms. So yeah, I did that, and I wasn't quite happy with the AI art. You couldn't really make a uniform collection with it, and you could tell that it just didn't look like one collection. So I tried a couple times doing that, and yeah, just like I said, didn't like it. So more bears happened that day, and I mean, I talked to you guys about it. I was trying to get the sentiment of what people thought if I were to derug it. How would they feel about that? And yeah, man. So the community came together, and I got a lot of good input saying, yeah, do it if that's what you want to do. So I seen it as an opportunity, and I knew that I could derug it because basically they gave up everything and all that data was there. So it was just a matter of time to scrape that data and create a new collection. And yeah, now we're here, right?
Love
We
it.
are
Yeah, I
here.
remember. Sorry, TK.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just saying that we've made it here, and there's still more because your process was a little different of derugging it, correct?
Yeah. So traditionally, what a derug consists of. I mean, there's been a couple of people that's actually done this, and I'll go ahead and give hats off to one of the first communities that done it was the DGen Ape Academy. They actually created a process sort of similar to what we did called the entanglement. But now that process and everything that they developed is kind of deprecated, and you can no longer use like the entanglement. So there was other options that we had to figure out, and the only option was to grab the data. But to get back, like, so typically what'll happen with a derug nowadays is people will find another artist, or they'll generate new art, a new collection essentially, and they'll provide the community of the rug community a whitelist token and allow them to mint out that new collection. Usually it doesn't have none of the same art involved, and yeah, the holders that held the other project, they really don't get what they had before. So I seen it as a unique opportunity to say, hey, look, they gave up their collection, they gave up the art. Let's just try to take this collection, the metadata and the art, and build a new collection with it. So that's what we did. We essentially scraped all the metadata and the art, downloaded it, even all the burnt bears that were in the old collection, and yeah, we put that together in some JSON files and threw the art together, popped up a candy machine, and minted a new collection. And a little bit different that we did too was we did do like a little small fundraise for our founder passes. That's how we kind of got the derug underway to give us a little bit of mint funds because we really didn't have nothing. Because what happened was we basically had the treasury mint out the entire 5,028 piece collection. That way, none of the old community didn't have to pay anything to get their new collection. So yeah, the treasury did that. They paid to mint it out, and we also paid to airdrop it. So it's unique. I haven't seen it done that way before, and I think we're trying to change that derug meta now. We're actually in a couple of talks, with trying to do it to a couple more collections now. So it's exciting.
It's actually something super interesting, and I think, from what I've heard, very unique. Because yesterday we had a project on as well who built a derug server, and when we asked them about the keys, that was the most, what do you say, the hardest part. Like, how do we actually get access to the collection? And you figured it out with this collection, and if you can help other people do that as well, that's fucking amazing. Is there any complications with this? Let's say, I guess, like rights to the collection and everything.
I think not like right now legal complications, no, because the space isn't regulated like that. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows, like unless they had copyright and stuff like that, and they actually took and registered the art somehow, some way. No, but I think really what it is like they gave up on their community and their art. So in my eyes, and I think in a lot of the community's eyes, that it's free game, that art, right? So it essentially, in my opinion, it belonged to the community because they took in all the money, stole the money, from the community. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to give this back to the community, right? And interesting enough, I think on our roadmap we have where we want to transition into a DAO, and that's my whole end goal, man. Is like, let's build up a big treasury here and give it back to the community, man, and let them decide what to do with it. So that's the whole goal. And yeah, as far as complications, man, no, I don't think we're going to have any issues really, because we've been in talks with Magic Eden, all the people that are big players in the space. They've been supportive and helping us. We've got all the old collections removed, delisted, unverified. So I think we're good to go. We don't have no issues to worry about for sure.
Did you also go through Coral Cube and everything like that? Hyperspace is the old collection completely off everywhere, or is that just Magic?
So we did Magic Eden. We also reached out to who is it? Bobby over at Hyperspace, I believe. No, it's not Bobby. It's I just actually talked to him today. But yeah, we got in contact with Hyperspace. They took care of us as well. They verified us on Hyperspace. Up until yesterday, we wasn't verified, and the old collection was there. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to double check, but maybe the old collection is still in Hyperspace in Coral Cube. But I think Hyperspace removed it. We haven't reached out to Coral Cube yet, but yeah, that's something we should probably try to do as well, just to get it removed from other platforms, of course.
What's up, Sesti Degen?
Hey, thank you. Flan. It's been exciting to see the whole ride with the MoreBears you're going through, and seeing you work. I know you spent so much time, brother, on this derug, getting the team back together. What has been the most difficult task so far, running into the derug? What was maybe a specific setback that had been the hardest to overcome?
Yeah, man, good question. I appreciate it. So initially, like, I want to be 100% transparent. So this derug from like start to finish took us almost a total of 3 weeks, close to 4. And the major setback was a lot of the metadata, right? Getting some of the metadata and getting that saved and put into a new collection is really a tough process, right? So a lot of the stuff starting out with, I did manually, like trying to scrape the data, and then eventually we created scripts to do it for us. But yeah, that, to be honest, man, that was probably the most tedious task, and really just right now, I think the only thing that's really struggling with us is the marketing. But we haven't really like tried to do anything as far as marketing. And I think once we get more eyes on it, on the project and the team, and how hard we work and everything, that'll change. So yeah, we plan on to start doing some marketing. But man, that's really it, man. Is just that first like 3 weeks of the derug was the hardest, man. And I was putting in 20 to 24 hours a day trying to get it done. So well, yeah, we got it done. And yeah, like you said, like I put in a lot of work, man. Like this for, I guess, 5 weeks now. Yeah. I've committed my entire life to this project, to be honest, dude. So I'm all about it now.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I know you have a very packed roadmap, and I want to dive into it. But before we dive into kind of the details and what you're building, I'm curious, like in your experience, there is a lot of rugs, right? And there is a lot of derugs. Not as many as the rugs, but there are a few derugs coming out. In your experience, just when you had this idea of, okay, I'm going to derug a project, to what it actually takes to derug a project, did you get not overwhelmed, but were you surprised by the amount of work that goes into actually derugging a project?
Yeah, man, 100%. And it's just not the derug, man. I just want to express this to everybody. Like, running your own project takes a lot of time, right? And you got to have that drive to want to continue doing it, because you're going to catch FUD from left and right. So yeah, the pressure's there. And I think it takes a special type of person to be able to deal with this and continue on. So yeah, it's not easy by no means. And as far as the whole derug process, going into it, I thought it was going to be a whole hell lot easier, but with it taking me 3 to 4 weeks, I learned a lot. And yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was at first. So definitely, yeah, that answers your question for sure, I think.
Cool. Yeah, I bet there is a lot of people. There is a lot of people dedicating to a project, but it is a different fulfilling it. It's a journey you're in for, and you have started, but you're doing great. And as you said, spent 20 to 24 hours just debugging it. Cool. All right. So just reading on the roadmap, you have staking, the derug service, Sniperbot tools, RPC nodes, 101 art, Launchpad. Let's start it with. I'm still curious. We talked a little bit about the derugging service, but take us through the process. Like, if I want to derug it, what happens? I go to you and I say, "Hey, I want to derug these guys." I think that.
Yeah, and we had Pink Soul in here. I would have liked to been able to actually talk to them. That would have been great because we're looking to derug a project that actually had a collaboration with Pink Soul some time ago. So, but no, to answer your question, yeah, they usually reach out to us. We're trying to advertise as best we can right now that we're doing the derug service or offering it rather, and we have a application form in our Discord. Whenever you come in and you verify, you can see the application form and fill it out. And then, yeah, we do our research and reach out to the community, and we try to verify everything, make sure that, it's going to be worthwhile to derug, that they actually need our services. Because essentially, if you just want to derug a project, that maybe you have the keys or access to the wallets or the treasury funds, really you probably won't need our services, right? So it's kind of gauged towards like true rugs where there's no reach out, or there's no way to reach out to the old founders or the old team and get that. So and like you said, not having access to wallets, that's what this is great for. So yeah, they would just reach out to us, and then we want to get on calls with these people. We want to make sure that they're not like part of the old team and just trying to use us to provide them a service and run off with the money again. So yeah, we get on calls with these people that are interested in it, and we make sure we verify everything, and yeah, we do our own little research. So that's what we're working on now. We've got a couple of projects that's reached out to us, and one of them being the project I was talking about that had collaborated with Pink Soul. We're in talks with them. It seems like they've got a good team going that wants to derug. So yeah, we're in the process of that with them right now.
So you were saying that so you kind of dox and verify the people that are trying to derug to prevent rugging again, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, as far as doxing, like we haven't started that, but that we've thought about that, like offering, like if we're going to derug you, like you should probably try to dox us some way somehow, but at least getting on calls, and I think most people that understand the space and understand what goes on, like if you can listen to somebody maybe 15-30 minutes, right, you'll get a gauge if they're serious and they have the passion, right. So that's what we look at, right. We try to find out and make sure the team's legit about what they're talking about.
We have obviously a lot of rugs coming out, unfortunately. But what's your opinion on does derugs, because a guy who is rugging a project, if someone comes and derugs it and saves it, it kind of takes away this responsibility from the founder in some sense. It kind of covers it up. What's your take on this? Like, does derugs incentivize rugs?
Yeah, I mean, I can see both sides of that argument for sure. Like, there may be some kind of incentive there that if you're going to rug, that you may have somebody to come in and derug, for you, and then kind of take all the heat off of you. Yeah, I mean, I think you do have a point there. But really, I think it's more or less like, screw the ruggers. It's all about the community, and that's what my whole thing was going into it, right? Like I seen so many good people that was holding bags in this project. I felt bad, man, and I think I really wanted to get back to the community. So my whole goal was to just make everybody whole again. But yeah, man, I think that either way you look at it, it's going to be good, right? To have the derug, especially for the community, and you kind of just forget about those old ruggers, man. I mean, we know that they're probably still in our community and they're watching everything that's going on. We can't get rid of them, right? But yeah, I see that there's an incentive for them, for sure, to kind of get the heat off of them.
No. At the same time, if it's already rugged, it's just lying there collecting dust, and there's people who want to use this art and do something with it. Why not, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's dive into everything else happening in the bears world. You have the token, right? What do we do with the token? Like, how do we earn it? How do we spend it?
Yeah, so we just so I want to go ahead. We actually had an issue with our first token that we made, a stupid issue. It was a mistake that I did on my part when creating the token. But we have reissued the new token and have airdropped it. We did that last night. So what the token is going to be for is actually going to have two different use cases for now. Once we get the tools platform up in next few weeks, that'll be one. You'll be able to use the token for the tools. Every time you use one of the tools, you'll have to have either our token or bears to utilize the service. And whenever you use the tools, it will burn the tokens automatically. But the airdrop, so what we did, and the reason we did the airdrop this early and instead of like opening up the staking, allow people to start staking, is we wanted to kind of reward the early adopters. And a lot of people that held bears, they were from the old collection, and they were in the process of getting their 101 meta, the 101 PFP made from their meta. And we wanted to kind of continue that. So we brought on a couple of artists that's helping with that. And yeah, so the next thing will be with the token, you'll be able to utilize that token. We're going to have a price set at about 50,000 honey that it will cost for you to burn and get your 101 in the future. You also have to burn some of your bears along with that. And then the artist will make your 101. Right now, though, we have, as far as the 101s, we have a founder's pass, and all founders passes, founder pass holders rather, will get a free 101 made for them. And then once we knock those 100 out, we'll start bringing in the community and allowing them to burn their bears and their tokens to get their 101.
Cool. I really like this, and you kind of took on the way that the community was already headed before these guys decided to take the money and fly to Bahamas. But it's really cool to get. There is a lot of collections. I would love to get a 101, and it's so cool to get a 101 of your favorite project.
Yeah, and like to kind of touch on the staking for sure. Like, to be honest, man, like going into it, I was kind of against staking, but what you just said, it was really kind of gauged towards what the old team had set up and the old project had going with the 101 meta, and that was they had honeypots. So the honeypots are still on Magic Eden from the old team, and you can still buy them and everything. But our idea was with the token was we're going to replace the honeypots with the tokens. So here in the next couple of weeks, the people that had some of the honeypots from the old collection will actually be doing a swap with them as well for our tokens. So that's the next thing to do, is to kind of derug that too, in a sense, right? That collection. So and bring it into our collection and yeah, get it going with our own token.
Cool. It's going to be a lot of work for. I think it's Billy, right?
Yeah, Billy's one of our artists. We've got well, he's right now he's our main artist for sure. He's doing most of the work. We had Bill. He wanted to Bill Murray. He wanted to help at first, but yeah, I don't know. He's MIA, so I don't know what's going on with Bill. But we've got another artist that we've kind of talked to on the back end that we could kind of bring on if we decide to do what we're planning on, which is a little bit of an art upgrade to some of our burnt bears, and of course take some of that workload off of Billy, right? But Billy's doing a great job, man. He's been cranking out some of these 101s and they look good.
Love it. Dude, we got 23 people in here. I was thinking, I have a bunch of bears myself. Should we just do this thing that anyone that goes and retweets the space? I think we need to get to 10. How many do we have? We have 5. Let's get to 10 retweets, and we'll give away a bunch of beers for everyone. Not for everyone, but for the people listening here. I'll run a raffle at the end of the spaces. We can shoot some beers to you guys.
He
so
said a bunch of bears for everyone. Dang.
Yeah.
And
Did you bears? Whoa. We ain't talk. I didn't say none of those words.
I was going to ask
I'll do it.
CryptoFlan did you touch on the possible rev share on those founder passes as well?
Yeah. I'll be glad to touch on that. Great question, Future. So yeah, it's in our roadmap. And anybody that was here before we did the actual derug, a lot of the pod and the Chainbreakers community helped out with that founder's pass, getting it minted out. We had a small collection of 100. There were one soul to mint out, and that was just to give us enough funds in the treasury to do the actual derug. So yeah, we're grateful for that. And since we're grateful for that, we want to reward those holders, right, to have those founders pass. So in the future, any of our services that we offer, whether it's the derug service, the Launchpad as a service, or any of the tools platform, any revenue that we make, that 50% of that will be sent to all holders, right? It'll be airdropped to holders. And we're eager right now because of these derugs. We want to kind of go ahead and get that going. And I think we're in early talks, and yeah, we want to kind of get some of those rev share out to you holders for sure. So yeah, we're ready to get that going for sure. Thanks, Future.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Cool. Let's see, we got some retweets. 10. Oh shit, we have to do it. Oh my god, I'll have to run this giveaway. I'm gonna run it in 20 minutes, guys. You're welcome. Just lovely community. Awesome. What about these? I read about RPC nodes as well. Why are you getting into RPC nodes?
Yeah, so I don't know, like if a lot of people are in development with Solana and stuff, or any kind of blockchains for that matter. RPC nodes are used widely across multiple blockchains, and especially what's needed, because Solana has rate limiting whenever you're trying to send in stuff. And if you're for a developer, you're using scripts a lot to automate some of this stuff, because it's a pain in the butt not automating it. So when you do that, you get rate limited, and yeah, you can't use the actual Solana mainnet or whatever. So that's where RPCs come into play, especially with like sniper bots and some of the tools that we want to utilize. You're going to need a fast connection to the Solana network, and that's how the RPC nodes play a role. And not only that, it allows us to give the RPC node usage or the endpoints rather out to our community, so they can use it as well in our products. But as far as the RPC nodes, we plan on doing like a cluster of nodes, and what that entails basically is we would go ahead and get our own actual dedicated server in like a data center or a home lab, whatever. We just got to look into it. And basically, an RPC node is like a virtual computer that interacts with Solana's API on the back end. So yeah, we plan on setting up a huge dedicated server that allows us to have maybe 10 to 15 different RPC nodes, and those can operate together in what's called a cluster. And whenever you have that, it's like you have a supercomputer essentially. So we're gonna utilize that for our tools, and allow our holders to be able to utilize those RPC nodes as well. That's the goal, and offer those services too. Maybe even for rental or something in the future, something like Quick Node. If anybody's familiar, Quick Node's a pretty popular one. Alchemy as well, RPC nodes, Sentries. So they kind of do that service as well, where they offer their endpoints to other projects and their communities, and that's what we plan to do.
Cool. Got a lot going on, dude. Do you ever feel like, because when I just checked the roadmap, it was heavy. Do you think you're doing? Of course, you don't think you're doing too much, but is it feasible, or do you need a bigger team, or you're like fully set on I'm going to build this in 6 months?
Yeah. So as far as the roadmap, I think you're looking about 6-7 months roughly now to complete the end of it, where we're going to bring out the tools. It looks like a lot, but honestly, it's not, man. A lot of this stuff can be tied in together, and as far as like some of these bots, man, and tools that we're going to offer, it's not really that complicated to make. Most of this stuff is like front end development that you're using Solana's API. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to do some of this stuff. So I don't think it's too much now. I think 6-7 months is a very realistic time that we can complete everything that's on the roadmap.
Cool. Sesti, let's hear it.
Thank you. Plan, I've got, I guess it'd be a couple questions. One being, it all really has to do with the community. How has the community themselves or itself responded to everything that's being done, maybe from the derug all the way to the new roadmap? And on top of that, how has FUD been? How have you handled it? How does it feel being on the other side of it? I know you never were one to FUD anything unless something really shady was going on. But being out here in spaces, you bring up MoreBears and real quick, somebody's going to throw shade. Like, why are you even dealing with that? How has that been? How's that sentiment been with the community, positive, negative, all that? How's that journey been?
Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, like we've had zero FUD. I should say that. We've had a couple outliers, but for the most part, man, yeah, the community's been very accepting and supportive, dude, and it's great. Like you guys have been supportive and everything, so I can't really put my finger on something that's like caused really, major FUD for us. Maybe that's a problem, right? Maybe we need to get some of you guys out there FUDing us, bro. So yeah, nah, it's been good, man, and I couldn't ask for it no other way, bro, to be honest.
So you had mentioned, I know 5-6 months in cryptocurrency and especially in NFTs is like 75 years. Um, so those are all kind of short-term goals. What's the long term? What's the big picture now that you are the project founder? I mean, if you're 6 months away from the end of your roadmap, um, where do you want to be after that?
Yeah, sure. So as far as the end of the roadmap, if you have a look at it, we that last little tab there, that's basically quarter 3, 2023. That's when we plan to have everything pretty much that's on the roadmap completed and start moving into what we're going to call our next phase. And on the bottom there, it says roadmap 2.0, right? So essentially what the end goal is I kind of touched on it earlier. I want to kind of transition this into like a DAO structure community. Yeah. And sort of bring in some kind of voting or governance system that the community can kind of be a part of and take control of the treasury and have those voting powers to decide what to do with the treasury and how the project's going to go forward. Of course, with my guidance and oversight as well. But ultimately, that's what I want to do, man, is give the power back to the community. And I think 6-7 months of us building, we can build a very large community. Especially once we start offering some of these services, and that's the whole goal is that, right? Like we want to transition to that and give basically the real ethos of what I consider blockchain and crypto, man, is the people are supposed to have the power and not some centralized person or company rather. But yeah, so at the end of that, we're going to go back and see where we want to go from there and create our roadmap 2.0. But really, I kind of want to go cross chain. I want to start developing software, for other blockchains, because yeah, I mean, Solana is not the only chain out there, and there's a lot of great blockchains that we could develop on, and a lot of this stuff can be easily forked rather over to these other blockchains. And I think that's really the end goal, is to kind of branch out and start developing tools and other like analytic software that could be used across multiple chains and not just Solana.
What blockchain would you target first, or would you kind of have your eye on that you think everything you're wanting to build would work best for the MoreBears?
Yeah, so definitely we're eyeing Ethereum. I think a lot of people still have Ethereum, on their radar. I mean, you guys, like following you guys, I've been out of the loop for like the last 4 or 5 weeks, but it seems like Hedera is picking up a lot of steam, and I like Hedera. I mean, that's something that we could look into. I think Aptos is pretty much like sort of where Solana's at now. It seems like a lot of those people are coming back to Solana, or they're getting wrecked on Aptos. From what I've seen, I mean, I haven't been over there, I haven't participated in Aptos yet, but yeah, definitely ETH. And the reason I say ETH is because that's a pretty easy transition. I've actually played around with Solidity on Ethereum, so we can transition over to ETH, not too hard at all.
So is your background more coming from ETH? When you were talking about building your that you were talking about starting a project like with the AI, were you planning on doing that on Ethereum, or were you planning on doing Solana first?
No, for sure. It was Solana's where I live, man, and yeah, it's going to be Solana. But no, I didn't have no plans whenever I wanted to build a project going into it to build on ETH. But now that the sentiment's kind of changed towards Solana, I'm not saying I'm giving up on Solana at all. I'm here to build on Solana, and we have like a roadmap that'll last us almost a year. So yeah, I think it's just natural though that people want to get out and make their software, as far as a developer, kind of cross-chain compatible. So that's just the whole goal. And with us building the sniper bot, it would be pretty easy for us to implement a sniper for other chains as well. So that's kind of where I'm leaning, right? Like we want to be able to have these NFT trading tools available on all the chains that offer NFTs for sure.
So you've also mentioned a couple different like services that you're going to offer. If someone were to say describe MoreBears to someone, what would you want them to say? Like, oh, the MoreBears, they're a sniping bot, they're a one-on-one art service. what's the main focus, and how would you like people to describe the MoreBears and what you and your community are building?
Yeah, just a really, like, to kind of sum it up, a community-centric utility project, right? That's essentially what it is. Because the way the one-on-one meta was, like, there's some utility there with the one-on-ones. And I'll be honest, like, the real reason I brought it on is because the community wanted that. Like, there were so many people that still wanted to have their one-on-one created. And at first, like, I was like, okay, well, let's just try to provide real utility by building up, tools and software. But yeah, whenever people were worrying about it, bro, like, it was just natural. We had to continue doing that, and we found Billy, and yeah, brought Billy on. So mainly, yeah, to answer your question, probably more utility related than one-on-one art meta and stuff. But I think it's good to have a little bit of all of it, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, because all of these ecosystems are changing, and it's nice that it sounds like that your original plan wasn't to really do the one-on-one art, but once you got around the community and they really like the artwork and the PFP, because I'll give it, man, those MoreBears, they do make cute little PFPs, and when the masses come, like, people aren't gonna want scary looking, not cute PFPs, and I mean those.
Like yours.
Whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa! Everybody likes a clown, bro. Whoa, relax with that noise.
Sorry, TK. I love your PvP. I love the hexagon in there. Fuck, let's run this giveaway. Let's see. Last chance, guys. A funny story when we last did our giveaway. Oh, that was bad, dude. So we were doing like just like this, like, no, this was the Alpha Tuesday, yeah. So we did a giveaway, and people get to make an alpha call. The best call gets a Tokyo Saints was the prize. So while we were doing the spaces, I was talking, I was doing stuff at the same time. I just went and I got a DM because Jiraiya was the winner, sitting in the listeners as well. I got it from Jiraiya, like, hey man, here to claim the prize, and sent his wallet. I was like, oh, and since me and Jiraiya is really close friends, I was like completely trolling. I was like, yeah, Adam spent all this money on e-girls, so we don't have any money, but we'll make it up to you. And this Jiraiya was responding so weird, like he was so confused. I was saying, yeah, super confused. Okay, but let me just get the price and I can get out of here. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I sent, bye. And then I went back like a week later and checked our DMs, and I saw some super random name. So I sent, I said, what the fuck is this? And I saw that this was the giveaway. So I went to the real Jiraiya and sent the DM, hey, did you get your prize? I was like, no, what the fuck? I didn't get no prize. So that was the wrong Jiraiya. So today I'll try to take my time and verify that it's actually you guys that's sending a DM. But these guys are fast. He was sniping in our spaces, just looking for a giveaway. I guess I added giveaway to the title, so I was just waiting for it. But yeah, that was a fun experience, a learning experience. Jiraiya got his Tokyo Saints. We figured it out. But let's run it. Let's see.
I have a chance to win, maybe?
Future, you're disqualified. You have won everything in the past week. Like, you're not allowed to win this one. This is the only thing. Like, so Adam, what exactly are you giving away? Because your explanation of what you were giving was quite wide.
MoreBears, baby.
Yeah, I thought the way I heard it
Right.
was. That's what I'm saying. The way I heard it, I thought he said he was going to give 20 bears to every person in here. Is that what you said, Adam?
I don't have any beers left, dude. I want to rock my beers as well. I'm gonna give away a couple. We'll see how many.
Yeah, we'll give away some too. And actually, anybody in here that doesn't have a founder's pass right now, if you don't have one, take the screenshot that you're here in the space. Come in and open a ticket in our Discord, and yeah, we're gonna try to get somebody that doesn't have a founder's pass today. So.
Ooh, all right. So let's put 4 winners for this these beers. I think that's a fair number. And then Founders Pass. Go in the MoreBears Discord, open a ticket, and one of you guys will get a Founders Pass as well. Let's see, 4 beers. This is good odds, guys. 14 entries of 4 beers. Fuck. What's this? 4
Yeah, really good odds.
No tweet.
The only way to play.
Future not winning.
Future's definitely gonna win then. I'm sorry, guys. So there's only gonna be 3 of them because one's pretty much guaranteed for Future. His luck.
I won. I cannot win myself. We got it. All right, guys. We got it. We
Since
got
I
it.
won.
I won them all, guys. I'm so sorry. All right, next time. Let's see. Super Odie Ghost at Super Odie. Congrats, you won a more beer. Gamma Lost C NFT.
Yes.
Are you in here? Gamma Lost? Mr. Gamma Lost? He's not here. Reroll, baby!
Hold on, see if that's someone's
I
actual.
won. I won.
Did I win
Yeah, I
yet?
don't-
Did I win yet? I won, right?
No, Zesty,
I
you
don't-
did not win. But look,
I
take
don't
off
see
your
that
glasses so you
as
can
an
see clearly.
actual.
I got the second winner. The second winner is 0x_ futuristic. Future, congrats on your new MoreBears.
That's me. I won. I won.
Fucking way.
Awesome.
That's congrats, Zesty.
Sorry, excuse the language.
And I got a surprise for you, Mr. Soulful, because you get the third MoreBear.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And fourth and last one, Peter Zera. Is he here?
Who was?
Not here.
No? Ouch.
Sorry, I
Reroll,
think
baby.
Adam, I think his
Reroll.
spell soulful different again,
Reroll.
or you're pronouncing it different.
No, he's not. He's not.
Zalful? Zilful? Zabul? I don't know. You won at least. Their boy is lost D3. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, guys. That's our winners.
So who are the four? Durboy,
Yeah,
Future,
lost _ deer.
Lost.
Congrats.
Super Rody and me, myself.
Oh,
Congrats, Lost.
Let's go.
Congrats, yeah.
Some more community members.
Appreciate it. MoreBears.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate that.
Love
For
it.
sure.
Love it.
So I just want to.
Also-
I had a quick question for MoreBears. If that's okay.
Yes, of course. Guys, if you want, send us a DM. I'm going to verify and I'm going to check that it's you, but send a DM to I think our DMs is open. Or I'll send you either way, but Soulful, feel free.
Yeah, so it's nothing technical. I just wanted to know more about the team. From what I remember, CryptoFlan, it was just yourself from the beginning, and I do remember you having sleepless nights. So I mean, how did you? What's the size of the team? How did you go about acquiring the help from those individuals? Yeah, sorry, I'm hoping that you guys can hear me a lot better now.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, it's just a question regarding your team. From what I remember, it was just yourself from the beginning when you started mentioning the derugging. And I remember the first few days or a week into it, those sleepless nights that you. Just wondering how you got around from getting the help, where that came about, the size of the team. Just a bit more information in regards to that, if you can.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that. Yeah, so we do have a decent sized team now. We have 3 developers. One's including myself, and then we have the community manager. He's here down there. Hostile's our community manager. Billy's our artist. Our other, just to kind of give you a name, our other dev is Sheffit. He's our partner dev. We have a slew of mods. We've got Justin. He's in here. Shawty's in here. Let's see who else. Durboy's pretty much like my second brain, to be honest. So he's been there helping me bounce ideas off and yeah, just making decent decisions with the project itself. So, but yeah, without the whole team, man, this wouldn't be possible. And a lot of them have actually just kind of donated their help and time with this. So I'm grateful for everybody for sure.
No, that's brilliant to hear, man. Appreciate that feedback. Thank you for that.
Well, I see everyone is rocking their MoreBears tonight. Love it. How was feeling CryptoFlan going on the other side of the pod? Did you ever feel like you wanted to leave the room, go bake a cookie?
Nah, man, I love you guys. I love the community. Without you guys, I don't think like MoreBears would actually be a thing, right? Like you guys tried to push me forward before, and with my other project I was trying to do, and been very supportive. So no, dude, I'd never leave you guys. I know I haven't been as active as I was before, but I think that's understandable considering what we've done so far, right? So
very understandable. I see you in the Discord VC all the time. You're hanging in there.
yeah, I wish
Love
people anytime that you guys have any questions, you want to talk, anything, stop by in there. I feel like I get more done in there than I would in Spaces because there's a lot going on in Spaces, right? So I'm sure most other founders can attest to this. Like, it's good to come in and put your name in Spaces, but they do somewhat get distracting at times. So I like being a VC. People come in and chit chat here and there, but yeah, I'm mainly in there just building, man. So if you have any questions or you want to talk, drop by. I'm there almost like 24/7.
Yeah, I'll say this, CryptoFlan. I'm actually scarred from being in Discords in the past year, but I'll generally make that attempt to come in into that Discord and hang out for a bit. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's like the VC's a pop in place, man. There's people that come in and out throughout the all day, pretty much.
Flan, I do have a question, if that's okay with the pod.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome,
Shoot.
thank you. I appreciate it. I was waiting for permission there. Flan, do you happen to have a community manager or someone who can manage the Twitter spaces for you, the Twitter side of things, being that you are typically pretty busy and spending that time in VC actually is better for you? Do you have anyone already on hand, or if you're looking for someone?
Yeah, so we were looking
Wink,
for someone.
wink, wink, wink.
Yeah, we were looking for someone, but Hostile down there, he was a mod. We brought him on as a mod. But man, I'm gonna say Hostile's a great speaker. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He understands like what we're trying to push out. He knows what we're doing behind the scenes. He's always active in the community. So yeah, I think we're going to bring him on, and yeah, he's going to be a paid community manager. So I think he'll start taking over some of the stuff with Twitter and Discord, handling the community aspect of it when he has his free time. He's a busy guy, but yeah, he's also willing to help us do that. So, but Zesty, man, I mean, yeah, dude, you're the noble one, bro. So come on, dude. Like if you wanna come in and rock the MoreBears, account one day and start a space, let me know, dude. I got you.
Let's fucking go bullish. Bullish.
Love it. Let's go. Some DMs rolling in as well. Future. I think this is one of those fishers. It's really me. Let's see about this one. Awesome, guys. So Future, you'll get your MoreBears as soon as I wrap this up. Perfect. Yeah, it's cool to see, like you said, CryptoFlan, where we started. I don't know how we started. I think it was like Jack or something. We started doing a lot of spaces, just meeting wonderful community. And now we're starting to see more and more like founders, and it's turning into a really smart, knowledgeable community with founders and connections in all corners of this crazy space. It's amazing for everyone. Like if you're listening, we do spaces 24/7. Anyone like actually comes and engages, and I see you a lot. We'll invite you to our group chats, etc. We're not so active in Discord, unfortunately. We're not big Discord people, but we're in there from time to time as well. So anyone who want to get involved in a community of degens slowly turning into builders, and as Solana price falls, we call ourselves long-term investors. Would love to have you with us as much as you can. Awesome. CryptoFlan, anything last you want to share with anyone here right now, or anyone listening to this recording?
Everybody needs MoreBears, right? So yeah, really what we've got planned the next couple of days or two, staking is going to probably, we tried to get staking and site up today for you guys. We were pushing for that. That way we could have a little bit of bullish announcement, but staking and website will be up no later by tomorrow, and it will be underway. You'll be able to stake your bears. So look forward to that. And about 2 to 3 weeks from now, we'll start rolling out our actual tools platform to where you'll be able to utilize the sniper bot. And then we are thinking about creating a couple of other Discord tools, sort of like holder verification, something like MetaHelix or Metrica, right? Because we feel like those people are lacking. So look forward to that. That's underway, and really probably the derugs, man. I think between this week and next week, we're focused on trying to get a couple projects derugged. The one that we're already in talks with, and a couple others that we've talked to. So yeah, if you don't have a founder's pass, I would suggest getting one because it's free rev share, to be honest.
Cool. Excited for the future of MoreBears. Make sure you go screenshot these spaces and hop in Discord and send a screenshot in a ticket to win a lovely founder's pass. Get a 101. Awesome. Let's wrap it up. Thanks everyone so much for coming on this lovely Thursday. Tomorrow we are gonna have our 8-bar Friday, which is usually packed with so much people trying to put H-bar in our wallets, and they are slowly getting to it. But it's gonna be a good one. It's a lot of people, a lot of smart people as well. So make sure to join us tomorrow.
We also tomorrow have maybe something we've been working on behind the scenes. We are going to reveal to everyone. It's been done for a couple days, and I've really been wanting to get it out, but we decided to let it out tomorrow. So there's something that's been going on behind the scenes on our end. So if you are available tomorrow, we are dropping some news. It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty cool.
It's fucking crazy, dude. It is gonna be absolutely crazy.
I'm excited for it, man. I was shocked to see it once it was done. Like I'm really looking forward to showing it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. I'll have to come through then for sure.
Feel free. Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. It's very exciting for us as well. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot it in the beginning of the spaces, probably, maybe later. We'll see. Awesome, guys. If you like to listen to me and TK and everyone else on stage here talk about this crazy market and navigate through these sad times, but also exciting future, make sure you follow the pod. And if you like the people in the spaces, or if you don't like the people in the spaces, make sure you follow each other. Also, follow MoreBears and hop in the Discord. And go get yourself a MoreBear. Why not? Huh? Just do it. We're also sponsored by CryptoFlan.
I just wanted to say before you ended everything, thank you guys for having us on. Thanks for everybody showing up as well. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Always,
taking the time
man.
and coming here.
Yeah, and once you get more things up and going, and you got anything you announce, my man, I mean, let's have you back on. Once you said 5-6 months, so maybe a month or so, 2 months, whenever you got something big done, ready to tell everybody, let's get it out there.
Definitely, man. Yeah, that's open. It's a two-way street, brother. So yeah, I'm glad. I'll be glad to come back.
It was really nice to just take the time and finally listen, get to know everything going on, not just read about it and talk about it. Because it's, in a formal way, just taking the time. Thanks so much for taking the time, all of you guys, and especially you, CryptoFlan. What was I going to say? Yeah, Hyperlaunch is our sponsor for the night and has been for some time. I had a call with this guy before our spaces, and I can tell you that Monday is going to be exciting for Hyper launch. There is some stuff dropping there, which is a permissionless launch pad where if you want to launch your NFT collection, you can go on there and just fill in the details. You will get everything done for you. Also has some really good looking mint pages, which is what they specialize in. So if you have a project or upcoming project, check it out. Awesome. Let's wrap it up. I'll play some music and we can rock the fuck out of here.
One last question for Plan while you get the music ready, Adam. When you are making these one-of-ones, the way it's putting them in the collection is messing with the rankings of mine and knocking them back each time. Is there a way to change that? Because some of my higher ranking ones have now with all these number one rankings, some of them have since stumbled backwards. And I would like it if they were back to the appropriate rankings that they were.
Yeah. So we noticed that, and dude, that's something to do with the blockchain. Like we have really no control of that. Like Justin in here, it was crazy. Justin, we made him his 101 Ute, right? And yeah, it went to like third as far as rank automatically, bro. So it's weird how they do the ranking system on Solana, but yeah, I think it's maybe something to do with alphabetical. But no, man, I think to solve your problem there, TK, you just need yourself a 101, right?
True. But then when I get a 101, that makes all of my other ones that were high rank go back even farther. So that's a double-edged sword and a half right there. Yes, I want to rank 1, but then that hurts all of my other ranks.
Yeah, just know that MoreBears are going to be deflationary, so those ranks are not going to stay the same either way. So we're going to be burning them, and I don't suspect most people won't be burning those higher ranks. So you'll probably get a much higher rank here in the future for sure.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Go ahead, App. Send
Let's
us off
rock
out
it
of
up
here
here.
with hopefully
Send it,
it's not
baby.
Katy Perry. Do not
No
Katy
Please not
Perry
be
us
Katy
at
Perry.
the end of the
Please,
day.
not Katy Perry.
No,
We
this is gonna
want
be good,
Katy
guys.
Perry.
Get ready. We're gonna sing together. Everyone in here is gonna sing like never before. Let's fucking do it. See you guys tomorrow. Ciao, amigos. Love you.
Play a loud one.
Adam's background singing is the best.
It's the only reason I do the pods is for when Adam sings in the background.
Yeah, just so you can sing with it in the background.
I mean, I can't hit those high notes.
Those high notes are crazy. Seriously.
Oh,
I told you, man. This is the best part of the pod.
High notes, Adam. High notes.
MoreBears! Buy some MoreBears.
MoreBears.